Hello, dear viewers. Good to see you again, and thank you for staying with us on Football Planet, your show dedicated to African and world football news on Africanews. Coming up, twists and turns in the 2018 COSAFA Cup. Madagascar eliminates the host nation South Africa and qualifies for the semi-finals. We have run-up and results right ahead on the show. The countdown to the 2018 World Cup is on. Final test of qualified teams begins before the start of the competition in 10 days. In a few, we'll tell you how things are going for the teams representing the African continent. Also, we continue our presentation of the African teams participating in the World Cup. Today, we put the spotlight on Senegal as the Lions of Teranga hope for repeating the feat of their older quarter-finalists in 2002. Details follow momentarily. Hello again. Let's begin the show by heading to South Africa, where the 2018 COSAFA Cup has been taking place for a little over a week now. A big one for Madagascar, which made it to the semi-finals by eliminating the host country. Malagasy has kept a clean sheet throughout this contest and is hoping to scoop the trophy. Sandrine Boko and Michael DB report.
They are not the favourites, but on Sunday, Malagasy managed to get South Africa out of their COSAFA Cup and back in the last four for the second time in 11 appearances. A resounding feat, but far from being stolen. First in Group A with a record of 2 wins and a draw. The barrier showed that they had not come as tourists with this success, even if it was acquired through a penalty shootout. There are still 2 obstacles to overcome before the final victory, but the dream of a first title in the COSAFA Cup is still allowed. Zimbabwe, the barrier's next opponents in the semi-finals, are therefore warned.
And the other semi-final will pit Zambia and Lesotho against Swaziland and Namibia respectively, as shown on the table. The semi-finals will come off on Wednesday. Now let's talk about the World Cup in Russia. It is time for final adjustments for the qualified teams who have been playing friendly matches ahead of football's big event. Our interest is in teams representing the African continent. Here's a brief overview as a reminder. Preparation for these teams continues this week. Let's look at Nigeria. It lost 2-1 by England on Sunday. The Super Eagles, the only African side to have reached the round of 16 4 years ago in Brazil, are hoping to achieve the same feat. But as the captain John Obi Mikel explains, they are not piling any pressure on each other.
I think history for us is, I don't want to put any pressure on this young team. I don't think it's fair to put a lot of pressure on this young team. For us to go out there and do well, we have to go out well there and give a good performance, give a good account of ourselves. I think for us, that is success. We are not favorites to win the World Cup. We know that. So for us, we are underdogs. We want to go into this tournament as underdogs. So hopefully we can play with less pressure, and hopefully we can go further, like more than we did 4 years ago. So we are looking forward to it. We are ready. Let's see what happens.
As I said earlier, they are back at the World Cup after their epic show 16 years ago. The Lions of Teranga will land in Russia, bearing in mind what the likes of retired Senegalese footballer El Hadji did in South Korea in 2002. But can this generation led by Sadio Mane succeed? It's hard to tell, but not impossible to do. Amel Nkeinga and Elaine Wangawa.
It's 16 years since Senegal burst onto the world scene with a stunning victory over holders France on their way to the last 8 in their first ever World Cup. This is their only appearance since then, and they will be keen to impress in a tough group containing Colombia, Japan and Poland. The Lions of Teranga will make its second trip to the World Cup in Russia. They begin their 2018 campaign against Poland in Moscow on June 19. They qualified as winners of African Group D, this time finishing ahead of Burkina Faso. Recently, Senegal coach Aliou Cissé announced his 23-man squad for the Games. Sadio Mane, the Liverpool star winger, is one of the top talents in the Premier League and is coming off a 20-goal season. He is a man in attack for the Lions. Apart from Mane, Everton's Idrissa Gueye and Napoli's Kalidou Koulibaly are some of the big guns Cissé has called up to his squad. With the talent they have on offer, Senegal are well capable of winning Group H. Whether they qualify as winners or runner-ups, they are likely to face one of England and Belgium in the last 16. Winning the group will also probably see the Senegalese face Argentina in the semi-finals, which, a repeat of the famous 1-0 victory over France in 2002, could be on the cards if they finish second. Senegal is currently ranked 28th on the FIFA men's ranking of May 2018. They are Africa's second-best team, only behind Tunisia, who ranked 14th on the world chart. The team had a good outing on the 2017 African Cup of Nations in Gabon. They topped their group, which included Tunisia, Algeria and Zimbabwe. They were, however, kicked out by Cameroon in the quarter-finals.
Now the Lions of Teranga can count on Sadio Mane like El Hadji Diouf 16 years ago. The Liverpool striker embodies an entire country's dream of success, particularly after his exceptional season. Here's Chancellor Nguilimbi and Eric Otting.
It's been 16 years since Senegal lit up the 2002 World Cup. The last time they managed to become only the third African nation to reach the quarterfinals. Senegal is blessed with good players plying their trade in some of the best teams in Europe, but undoubtedly, the star of the team is Liverpool's forward, Sadio Mane. Much will be expected of the 26-year-old if Senegal are to do better than their quarter-final appearance in Russia. The former Southampton man has been a sensation since making the big money move to Liverpool, and he is the talisman and star player for a squad of players that clearly have more than just taking part on their mind. Mane has been the key man for Liverpool coach Jurgen Klopp over the past year with his pace and ability to score goals, crucial in any success the Reds have enjoyed during that period. Considered one of the fastest players in world football, Mane is equally effective playing on the right and attacking the byline, or playing on the left and cutting in onto a brilliant right foot. Fullbacks in England have been terrorized by Mane, and if he can continue that form in Russia, there's no reason why the African nation can't reproduce their heroics from 2002.
Let's now speak to a former quarter-finalist, midfielder Alassane Indio. Hello, Alassane. Thanks for joining us on the show. First of all, what is a World Cup for a footballer?
For us Africans who dream of this, we don't have easy access to it. It's like consecration for us. It's something you don't do every day. So today, making it to World Cup is a success for a football player.
When you look back, how do you feel 16 years on after the 2002 success?
A lot of pride. I feel a lot of pride and a lot of personal and collective success compared to this team of 2002. And then very beautiful memories of the unforgettable moments there.
What made the team that strong?
A lot of qualities in that team at all positions. That was one of the strengths of the team. It had many qualities, that is, many talents. Today, I could say that the strength of this team was also the mentality. We had a strong mind, something that often made a difference in games. We believe in it 200%. We were aware of our strength, our qualities, and then the mind. It was really one of the strengths of the 2002 team.
And finally, do you think the current team can repeat the same feat?
Listen, the current team has all the assets. It has good players, good individuals, even players who today are used to discussing big names. Major matches like the Club Cup, like Sadio Mane and Koulibaly. Now we were awaiting to have some mentality, to have the spirit to win, the spirit to be in this World Cup. Hoping that they will give us all the favor that the 2002 team had to show we could incarnate during this World Cup. So we hope. But this team has all the assets to make a good World Cup.
Thank you, Alassani.
Thank you very much.
Let me recall here that you're a former Senegalese international player and your team made it to the 2002 World Cup. Also remember that Senegal will clash with Poland on June the 19th before Japan and Colombia on June the 24th and 28th. Let's talk about the news that shook the football world last week, the resignation of Zinedine Zidane as Real Madrid coach. Recall that in 2006, Zidane made a similar decision when he was at the top of his game. Ruth, Lago and Jerry Bambi take us down memory lane.
Unarguably, understanding Zinedine Zidane may prove difficult. His legendary calm turned him into an enigma, and his decisions seemed to confirm the myth, proving he knows very well how to write his own story and also how to regulate the lines. Zinedine Zidane had just completed the most difficult feat in the history of the UEFA Champions League when a shock press conference was called at Real Madrid's training center on Thursday. In 2.5 years as coach of Real, Zinedine Zidane, the man who came in to rescue Real Madrid, stepped down as manager of the best team in the world, completing a hat-trick of Champions League titles and giving Real Madrid 4 of the last 5 and 13 European titles. Unless you are in the secret of the Madrid locker room, the departure of Zizou came as a rude shock, like that of his life and of his career. Another technician would probably have stayed, but Zizou is not like the others. As he was as a player, he did not lose the art of dribbling.
Sacré Zizou there, and in Football Planet, which you can find on our website at Africanews.com. Your reactions are also welcomed via the addresses currently displayed on your screen. Football Planet returns same time next week. Goodbye.